Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and welcome to the French Seams. Thanks very much for joining me again for another video. This is a Friday Sews video, so as always a huge thank you to Jen from Today in Jen Sewing for setting up this fabulous hashtag. So if you are new to my channel, then you're very welcome. If you are a regular viewer or subscriber, then welcome back. As always, I love having you here on a Friday as I chat about what I've been making, what I've been sewing, what I've been crafting, what I've been purchasing and what my plans are. A huge thank you to everybody who watched my last week's Friday Sews video. Thank you very much. So I'm really excited to share with you what I've got done over the past week. So spoiler alert, Mr. French Seams is traveling, which always means I get a lot of sewing done. So I have a few makes, I have a few little crafty things, I've got a little bit of a fabric haul, and then I'll share with you my plans for next week. So without further ado, we'll get started. So we had a lovely week here in the French Seams household. It was a bank holiday weekend, so we travelled down to stay with my parents, so it was lovely spending time with them. I tried 2 Aldis and neither of them had fat quarters, which is an absolute disaster. So I'll try my old faithful one closer to my house in Dublin, and fingers crossed they have some nice, maybe kind of spring themed fat quarters, I think. So I feel the need for more fat quarters in my life. Said all of us, but anyway, I did pick up a little bit of wool while I was down staying with my parents in a local haberdashery shop, because I have finished, I say finished in the loosest terms, my heart crochet granny squares, and I've made them into a little thing. I don't know what this is, but I think it's very cute and will be appropriate for Valentine's Day for something. But what I'm doing now is a more kind of spring Eastery kind of theme, and I've done little daisies. So I've got pink ones and I've got purple ones, and I think they are really cute. And I'm going to make, again, something, maybe a little scarf or a throw or a little shawl or a cardigan or something. I'm not quite sure, but it is the easiest pattern. It takes no time at all. It's basically 2 stitches, and I think it looks really effective and very cute. So that's my latest crochet rabbit hole. As always, I'll link all those little patterns below. I have done no quilting and no patchwork this week at all, but I'm looking forward to going back to my class on Monday, and we're going to be doing log cabins, so I'll have more updates for you on that next week. So yeah, really enjoying my crochet at the minute. Again, I have a great couch hobby as well, which I do love, sitting down of an evening and doing a little bit of crafting. What else came? Zips came in the post. So I haven't made a bag or a little pouch in a long time, so I kind of felt the need to. So I think I bulk bought zips. Basically, huge big roll of zips, and they came with all little zip ends. So I think they'd be really good for bags. A lovely kind of a chunky zip, and I think that would go with most fabrics. So I just picked that up from Amazon. I can put the link below as well. What else have I been doing? So I talk about my makes for the week. So it is a very special weekend here in the French Seams household, because it is youngest French Seams' 3rd birthday at the weekend. So he's gone off today to creche with a cake. He's super excited, so he's going to have a little party in creche with his buddies, and then we're having a little family party tomorrow, and then his actual birthday is on Sunday, and we're going to have pancakes, because that's what you do. But randomly now, Pancake Tuesday is on Tuesday, so we'll have pancakes twice in 3 days, which I'm fine with. But yeah, it's just interesting the way it fell. So that is our weekend plans. So downstairs I've got chocolate cakes cooling that just need to be iced and decorated. So keep an eye on my Instagram, I might pop up a picture of his cake for later. So downstairs the kitchen smells divine, absolutely gorgeous. I've also been making Rice Krispie buns, because you cannot have a birthday party without Rice Krispie buns. If you're not familiar with the concept, it's basically melted chocolate and Rice Krispies cereal, and then just chilled, and they make the nicest little party snack. They really do. So hopefully everybody enjoys them, and of course you have to make them fancy by covering them with sprinkles. So what have I made for littlest French Seams? And I cannot believe he is 3. I started this channel when he was, oh golly, was he about 4 months old when I started this channel? That can't be right, can it? Maybe. Yes, I'm coming up to my 3-year anniversary on YouTube now in May. Wow. Okay. I did not know where that time went. So I made him a little jumper. So I think this must be from a hug hoodie I made, I think. I can't remember where I got this fabric. And I cricketed a little thing. I am 3, hear me roar, because he does make his presence known in this household, I must admit. And a little balloon with 3. And then this is the Made by Me Patterns Kids Pajamas Jumper, which is just a perfect little jumper pattern. So I think he'll look really cute in that. Like me, his favourite colour is green. So I think it'll look very cute, and I'll see can I get a picture from wearing that now at the weekend, hopefully before it gets covered in chocolate cake. What else have I been making? You might have noticed my new jumper here, which is the Billy, and this is basically one of my only paper patterns. I can't remember why I bought it on paper, but it's really nice, and it is worn, it's dog-eared. I just make this pattern so much. I cannot tell you how many Billy jumpers I have. So this is my Billy jumper in this beautiful fabric from Stoffen. It's a beautiful pink French terry with relatively matching cuffing. It said it was pink, and they're both pink in the family. Oh, I must say, I'm just back from getting my nails done. How gorgeous is that? Love it. And for that, I added on this, which is the Waves and Wild heart on your sleeve applique. So I used the age 8 to 12, which seemed to work out quite well. I'm not quite sure what that says. So will I stand up and show you? You may have to use your imagination ever so slightly with this jumper, but basically, I've put a heart here. The pattern just says for 1/2, but I put 2 because I think that looks cute. And then I've got hearts here. And then if you kind of contort yourself, it becomes a little heart. I love it. I think it's so cute. This red cotton jersey was just left over from something, and I kind of just zigzag stitch it on with a little bit of red glittery thread. And I think it's really cute. I love how it came out. This is going to be my next Valentine's Day jumper. So, and I love the pink colour. I think it's really nice, and the fabric is just beautiful. Did I mention it was from Stoffen? Hopefully I did. So I literally whipped this up last night. This jumper takes no time to come together at all. I can cut and sew a Billy in about 45 minutes. Obviously it took an awful lot longer to measure out the hearts and where they need to go and everything. And I also bound the neckline. I'll pop in a picture here with my Specky Seamstress Beyond the Pink Door binding, which I love. I absolutely love it. I think it matches perfectly. But the reason I enjoyed making this jumper so much will I show you, because look at this. This is what happens when you overlock your garments, and this hasn't happened on mine for about 5 years. I changed the overlocker blades on my overlocker last night. I say I did have to get Mr. French Seams to do it because I couldn't get the bolts, and it was just kind of wearing it away, and he had to get the, whatever you call it, his little electric screwdriver thing and everything. Anyway, I was terrified because I kept saying, it's a blade, be careful, despite them being blunt as spoons. So he managed to fix it for me. And then I did a little test bit sitting back like this. Oh my word, it is like a new machine. It doesn't make a noise anymore, and it actually cuts off the fabric. So ordinarily I've had to sew each seam twice. I sew it in my sewing machine, trim the seam allowance, and then overlock the edges. So I can now do it entirely in my overlocker. Game changer. I was like a child at Christmas last night finishing this. I kept saying, my overlocker's working, my overlocker's working, because there was a hairy moment when he said, I think you need a new overlocker. Me standing there with my Billy jumper cut out saying, kind of needed it right now, but all fixed. So that overlocker is a Singer, and it's from Lidl about 7 years ago, and it is just brilliant, and I love it, and I love it even more now that it actually works properly in the way that God intended. So loved making this last night. Absolutely love this pattern. Make it all the time. I make a size 4 grading to a size 5, and the only alteration I make is that I just don't do any seam allowance on the cuff, and that seems to do pretty much what it should. So love this make. So I'll be wearing this now all week, basically, because it's Valentine's Day on Tuesday. And if I haven't mentioned it before, I do love Valentine's Day. So what else have I been making? So I made a Donny shirt, and this is it, and I'm so pleased with this. I can't believe I waited so long to jump on this Donny train, despite it absolutely pouring rain outside and freezing cold, so completely seasonally inappropriate, but I just love it. So this is fabric from Carlow Fabrics that I picked up 2 weeks ago. Absolutely love it. I just bought a metre of this fabric and I just squeezed it out. I think I might have cut some things in the cross grain, but I don't think you'd notice. It's a pretty kind of busy dahlia print, and it's just beautiful. So the collar construction is so cool, the way you put it in with the back yoke and the front and then the collar, and it's just magic the way suddenly you've been working on it for so long and suddenly you roll the whole thing out and it looks great. And then it's got beautiful gathers at the back. I popped in a little label there, a little rosy cheeks. Was that Beyond the Pink Door as well? Maybe it was. The cat's whiskers, and lovely concealed inside. What I was going to say is the only mistake, so basically this is going to be, here are the things I made, but here are the mistakes I made as well. So here you're meant to mark where you're meant to pivot, which is fine. So I marked it with my friction pen, which I have been doing for months. For some reason on this fabric, it didn't iron out, and I know I should have done it on the reverse. But if you look here, you can see my little crosses. You see those? It's kind of bleached the fabric, and I don't know why. But anyway, aside from that, I absolutely love this shirt. I made a size medium. I removed 1 inch from the sleeve and I added 2 inches to the bodice length. It would have been very, very short if I hadn't added those 2 inches on, but now it's absolutely perfect. The little hem here, and it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous shirt. I really like it, so I'm really looking forward to wearing more of these in the summer, and I would definitely buy a metre of beautiful fabric when I know I can make a little Donny. I think it's a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern. So yeah, really loving the Friday Pattern Company patterns in the minute between this and the Pogo Nip. So love this, and of course my favourite colour, green. So that was great. And then the other thing I got done was my quilted jacket. So also from Carlow Fabrics. And here it is. So black on this side, and yes, I did make it reversible. So happy with this came out. A little bit of a brain scratcher, but I got there in the end. So every single seam is bound. Then I used the self fabric. I unpicked it from the quilting to make the little binding on the cuffs, and then I did pockets on the front and the inside or the outside, depending on how you look at it. I added this huge little Rosy Cheeks label because I think it could carry a big label, so it says write your own destiny. So again, I'll point out where I went wrong. So I could only find bias binding with a 1/4 inch seam allowance, so I kind of had to line it up and everything rather than a 1/2 inch, which was a bit of a mess, but it was okay. And it says 10 meters of bias binding, and I got the whole thing out of the bias binding apart from the cuffs. That's why I had to make these ones. If you are going to bind the entire thing, you need quite a bit of bias binding, but it was good fun. So I'll throw it on for you and show you what it looks like. Obviously it doesn't go at all with the pink jumper, but never mind. And it's so warm and so cozy. I made a size medium, which is the same as the other one I made, just in the gilet version, and I added 1 inch to the sleeves to make sure I could roll them up. So this is what it looks like. Do not look too closely at the bias binding. So pockets like this, and you roll up the sleeves like this, and all these sleeves are bound like this. And then if you decide, no, I want to be a bit more fancy and floral, you can take it off and then pop it around the other way. So pleased with how this came out. So total double duty on the fabrics. If you're wearing something plain or if you're wearing something patterned, you can bring the same jacket and everything is good. So, and here's the floral side, and again with the pockets. Love it. So I didn't put any fastenings on it because I wasn't quite sure about buttoning this way, buttoning that way, but I think as a kind of a spring coat, I don't particularly think you need fastenings. So this is me. If you're going to Stitch Festival, I now have a jacket to wear to it. So that was my sewing for the week. Can you tell that I had quite a couple of evenings free to myself to do quite a lot of sewing? Love it, love it, love it, love it. So what else? Yes, my fabric delivery. So I did rather a large order with Dries and Stoffen, but I did share it with a lovely, lovely other Dublin sewist. Hello, Orla. So here we go. Now, here it is. So I picked up this, which is pink French terry and pink cuffing, which is lovely. What I also picked up was the most beautiful canvas fabric in this little bunny print, which I think is gorgeous. And my plans for this are, I just got a metre of it. I'm going to chop it in 4, and I'm going to make little Easter table runners for me and members of my family. And I'm just going to bind the edges, and I think it'd be really, really cute to have in the centre of your table for Easter. So that's the plan for that one. So obviously I have plans for all of these. Next up is the beautiful blue satin and the tulle, which if you're watching my plans is going to be my tulle and satin bias skirt. Leaning towards the Sew Over It Selena as opposed to the Tessuti one, but more on that. We'll see how that goes, but they're my plans for that. So this is a beautiful satiny fabric, it's just like one layer, and I'm looking forward to seeing how I get on making a skirt out of that one. To go with that then, I have my LB pullover that I made last week. So I think that could be nice as a kind of a slouchy jumper. But then also I got navy cotton jersey, which you always need anyway. So I think that could be a quite nice, it looks black, it is actually navy, quite nice as a little top under that. And for this, either the Tilly and the Buttons Agnes, just lovely scoop neck one, or years and years and years ago, Sew Over It brought out an introduction to knit class, I think, which I bought, which came with the Emma dress and the Alice top, which is a very kind of low cut bow front top. You don't see many at all, but I'll pop in a picture. I made one years ago and it didn't come out that well. I was very new into my sewing journey and I didn't do it very well at all. So I'd love to give that pattern another go in this navy cotton jersey. I think it'd be really, really pretty, and that would just be nice with jeans and stuff as well. Next up is a white cotton jersey, because you always need those, and some of my white t-shirts, like my standard Freya's, Agnes's, all those are really showing signs of age. And I was wearing my oh, what's the name of it? I'll have to pop it in here, I've completely forgotten it. The one with grown on sleeves that you can do the colour block in. Anyway, that one even is showing signs of age because I've just been wearing it so much, so maybe I could make a new one of those and add on the sleeves, and that would look very, very cute as well. But I think they're always dead handy to have, and I can always use offcuts to make my little boy stuff as well. The next one is just a bit of fun because it's yellow zebras. Very cute. Not sure if it's my colour. There's an awful lot to talk about colours going on, so but we'll see. But I think it's super, super fun. I think that's really cute. So it's going to be a dress of some description, perhaps. The next one is this gorgeous sweat fabric, and this is going to be for Older French Seams' orange hoodie that he's requested. And this fabric is fabulous. It's so fleecy and soft on the back, and it's got a good amount of stretch as well, because I didn't buy cuffing, so I think I can use this for the cuffs. I'm going to use the Waves and Wilds I Can Zip hoodie, I think, that pattern. So this is gorgeous. I really want to get some of this sweat now for myself. It's lovely. It's so nice and squishy. Really, really nice. And then the last thing is beautiful green ribbonet. So it's quite drapey. It's probably a viscose jersey. It's very, very drapey, but I think it's just gorgeous. I've never really had a ribbonet, and this I have plans for. So if you remember, before Christmas I made the Lore PR, and the name has gone as well, the blue one, the blue glittery one with the gathers here. Terrible. I'll put the name across here. So I made that, but then she's also came out with a new pattern called, and I do have this written down, it's called the Leia, so Leia top. Another gorgeous one of the neckline, a kind of gathered neckline. She's got really, really interesting details on her patterns. So she put a call out for testers on that. I did apply, sadly didn't get it, but I now saw that she's going to be releasing the pattern really, really soon. So I said, right, this would be perfect for that, because it's got the, I think one of the fabrics she did suggest was a ribbonet, and I think this would look really, really pretty in just a little standard green top, but with a really interesting neckline. So it'd be gorgeous, and it is beautifully soft as well. So lovely. So that was my little fabric haul, little large, but I do have plans for all of that, and all that was in my winter spring plans. So yeah, she said, justifying it to herself. So that was my fabric haul. So plans for the week. So the weekend now is going to be just birthday. So I doubt I'm going to get much done this weekend, unless I get lots of crochet done on the couch, watching a movie maybe with my parents tonight. Or we're going for pizza later as well. I would love to get started on my skirt. I would love to get started on Older French Seams hoodie, and I would love to get started on the t-shirt as well, be it an Agnes or a Alice top, as I remember how to do it. It's pretty cool because it's got like it's got an enclosed yoke front and everything. It's a very, very nice pattern. So they are my plans for the week. So Mr. French Seams is travelling again, I think. It's Valentine's Day, so I'll have that with my boys. And yeah, that's about it. So tickets went on sale today for the Knitting and Stitching Festival in Belfast, which is in November. So definitely getting on board with that. We're actually going to be away the weekend before, so 2 weekends in a row. Oh well. But yeah, really looking forward to that. I think that'd be really good fun. So if you are thinking of going to Belfast for the knitting and stitching, please let me know. And I think that's about it. I should let you go. I'll go downstairs and make icing for a chocolate cake, and maybe make biscuits. I think I might make biscuits too, because you know, you can. It's a rainy day outside. I have the day off work. Why not spend some time in the kitchen and make yummy, yummy cookies? Anyway, I will leave it there for now. Thank you as always for watching. I hope you're all well. I hope you enjoyed this video, a bit of a whirlwind this week. If you like this video, I would love it if you would give it a thumbs up, and I would also love it if you would consider subscribing. I would love to have you along on my journey. And if you'd like to leave me a comment below, you know how much I love having the chats. If you'd like to ask any more about any of these patterns, if you have any comments about any of my plans, any of my fabric, please do let me know. I would love to hear from you. So as always, thank you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you all again very, very soon. Take care everyone. Bye.